to the city streets, we began to feel the fire.
Alright, welcome back to Funny Computer Hub. So in this video, we are continuing from where we stopped. So we are going to look at how to convert from lower version, higher version, from higher version to lower version, how to import, export, and also how to export to PDF, then how to convert to COV. So let's just get that. Let's get it done immediately. I'm going to delete all these things. I'm going to delete all these things. Okay, let's say for example now I design something, how to convert to lower version. Remember we are using Core 17 on this training, right? Which I've told you at this time Core 17 is the most popular and the most common. I've used Core 2020. I've also used Core 2021, but it's corrupt. And my let me just tell you the reason why um it it corrupt. Okay, so that we know you yourself you are not going to do such thing. It's not that I cannot install it again, but I think Core 17 is more amazing, and that is more reason why I'm using it to I'm using it for this training. Okay, so the thing is that Core 2021 has more features which I've used and it's so amazing too. Or the thing is that if you have enough space in your system, just install both. Okay, install both. But let me tell you the reason why my own collapsed. The reason why it collapsed is because I allow my coreldraw to be on, like this now. My coreldraw is on, right? Then I went and connect to internet. You went and connect to internet. So let's say for example now you are working on something and you want to download an image that you're going to use. You can say okay, let me connect to the internet, and then so that you just go, so that you will be, let's say in Mozilla Firefox, you search for the image, you download it, and then continue your work again. So I've get to understand this thing happens to me um when I have Core 17. I'll notice it happens to my Core 2021. I think that is also what happened to my Core 2020 because it stopped working. I just leave it there and just continue using my 2021. So the engineer have to let me know that anytime I'm blind, say wow, how come this thing he now ask me, did I log into internet while the corridor is on? I say yes, say that is the reason. Okay, that anytime you want to log into internet, make sure that corridor is not on, your corridor software is not on. Okay, this why is because the one we downloaded, the one I have particularly is cracked version. Okay, I did not just go over to I did not go over to coreldraw main website and then paid them. We are using cracked one. So being that we are using cracked one, every time that is on and we log into internet, it will try to update the corridor. Okay, and being that if we try to update the corridor and the files are not there, we don't even have the login and all those things, it will stop the corridor from working. So then what you're going to do is that you have to uninstall it first, uninstall the one that have stopped working, and then install a new one. So being that I've explained this thing up to 3 times, you yourself as a student, you don't need to experience that. That is one reason why you're here, right? So I have to let you know what works and what's not working. All right, so let's say for example now you are designing in Core 2021. Let's say you have a Core version of 2021 on your system. You are designing in that 2021, and being that I've told you now, a lot of people don't have 2021. A lot of people are in love with Core 17, and after designing that thing on your system, you decided to save it. Okay, obviously that you want to you want to save it so that let's say you are traveling to a far place, or let's say you want to just go out from your office and open that same file in another person's system, right? Then being that you designed with Core 2021 now, and that person's system that you want to open that your file is, maybe you don't want to carry your system along with you just want to send the file, save it in your pen drive or flash, then go over to another person's office, let's say an office now, and open the file. Let's say you want to show them work that you did for them, and be that you don't want to show it using your own system, you want to just save it and then show it, be that these people too, there has a lot of systems. So instead of you to just keep on calling your system and it will be heavy for you, you just have to save it in your pen drive and then go over to the system and open it. The problem here is this: being that you have designed your work with 2021 version of coreldraw now, and you know, let's say you don't even know, or let's say you know that this office that you are going to, they don't have 2021 version of coreldraw. What you're going to do is that you will design with 2021. While saving it, you save with lower version, you save with 2017, or you save with version 13. Okay, so that is what I'm going to show you now, how to lower your version. Okay, when you are lower your version, it does not mean that you are lowering your design, no. Okay, e just like, because if you have designed with 2021 version of coreldraw and you go over to a system and that system does not have 2021, what that system has is, let's say, 2017 and 2013, that your work that you saved with 2021 version of coreldraw will not open, because those versions are lower than it. Okay, but if the system has, let's say, 2022, 2023, 2024, okay, version of coreldraw, it will open because you saved your own on 2021. So 2021 version will actually open if the coreldraw version that is in that system is 2021, which is the version that you worked on, right? Or the higher version of it. So if it's low, the version that is lower than the one that you saved your work on, that your work will not open. The same thing, like, let's say now, let's say I designed with 2017, like right, I designed with correct 17 now, and I go over to another system and that system does not have correct 17. Let's say the system has correct 13. This my work will not open. Yes, it will not open because I cannot see correct 17 there. What I'm seeing is lower version, it will not open. But let's say now that system does not have correct 17, but it has correct 2020, or it has correct 18, my work will open because those ones are higher than the one that I saved my work with. Hope you understand this thing very well, right? So to convert it now, what you're going to do is that while saving your work, you just click on save as. When you click on save as, you're going to come here. Can you see here version? Can you see here? You now click on this arrow and select the version that you want. Can you see now? My own now, the highest version that you're seeing here is the version of the coreldraw, which is 17. Can you see it has 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So let's say I want to save with lower version because I don't know if these people ask of a 17. I don't know. Being that you don't know and you don't want to frustrate yourself, because this has happened to me, and that happened when I was using Core 2021, because up to now most persons are using Core 17. Okay, when I was using Core 2021 and I then saved the work, I went outside to open it in another person's system. I got frustrated, guys. I got frustrated. It's just somebody I recommended, somebody that he knows that has the version of Covedo that I worked on. He now say I can go to this person and beg him to, so that I can open down my file on his laptop. Then I will step it down. That is what helped me. That is what actually saved me that fateful day, guys. Because it will just be frustrating, because it will not make you to go back and visit where your system is, and then pull it down before you now go over to where you want to go. But the best thing is, in most cases, if you're with your system, you just open your system, step it down, and then give it to the person. Okay, so the best thing is that you can just step it down. Let's say cover 13. Can you see? I just select cover 13 and then save. Okay, you can just save it. Can you see? You just save it because I've saved the work before. You just save it. So that is how to convert to lower version. The next thing you're going to treat now is how to import an image in your coreldraw. How to import an image. Let's say, let me read this image now. How to import an image. There are many ways. Not that, yes, there are two ways. You can import using this icon. There are three ways you can import. Can you see the icon that is here? Can you see import? You can just click here. It will open up a file, your system, where the images that you want to import it. Look out for the images and import. You can import from here. You can import from, click on file. Can you see import here? Okay, the third one is that you can import using your keyboard shortcut key. Can you see shortcut key for import? Control I. Okay, so let's say I use this one. Just click on import. It will open up my system. I look out for where I want, what I want to import. Let's say I want to import this for an example. I'll select it. Let's say I want to import, let's say I want to import this Telegram icon, or LinkedIn icon. I'll select it. Come down here. Can you see import? I click on import. Once I click on import, can you see this thing now? Let me explain this thing. I may not be able to do all, but let me explain. The first one is the name of the icon, the name of the image that which I've selected, right? Which is the name that was saved, that was used to that, yeah, the name of the image, which is LinkedIn logo png get1 then the width and the height of the image. Then the next one now is, it says click and drag to the size. So I can decide to click and then drag as if I'm drawing a rectangle, okay, to the side. What you mean by the size is that when I'm drawing, when I just click and draw as if I'm drawing a rectangle, I'm the one to determine the size that I want to draw, right? I can decide to just draw like this and leave it, or I can decide to just click and draw big, right? As I'm drawing the big, the size of the image is also what is expanded, right? That is why it says click and drag to the size. So that is another way to import. The second way to import now, it says press enter to center on page. So if I just leave it here and press enter key on my keyboard, the image I have selected will appear, but it will be on the center of my page. Another way to view this imported file now is place spacebar to use original position. If I place spacebar now, the image will display here, but it's over it to be more big. So what I normally use is that once I select the image, I'll just come here, place down my left mouse button and then drag as if I'm drawing a rectangle. So if I leave it this way to be small, any size that you can you see this outline now? Any size I leave it, that is where it will be. Can you see? Okay, so that is it. Let's now import another one. Let's import using keyboard, or let me import using this one. I click on import. I'll select the image that I want to import. Let's say this image. I'll select it, click on import. Okay, let me use the second one. It say press enter to center. I'll just press enter key on my keyboard. Can you see now? It's just at the center. Okay, let me now use the third way of importing. Control I, right? Let's press Control I. Press Control and then press letter I on your keyboard. Can you see now? To open up. Let's say I select this. Let's say I select this. I select this. Click on import. Then let me use the third one. I say press spacebar to use original position. This thing is what is written down on my mouse. Can you see? It's the last one. I'll press spacebar. Can you see how it is? The original position. So if the size of the image is too big, it's obvious that it will just cloud your design like this. Yeah, in some cases, if the size of the image is too big, you may not be able to know. It will just cloud it. What you're going to do is that you have to just resize. Just keep on resizing. Okay, that is what you are going to do. Okay, so that is it for import. Let me also do another thing for this import. Let's say, for example, because this question, one of my students asked me this question, is it last week? Is it if he can import more than one image at a time? I say yes, you can do that. Let me just click on import. I'll just let's say I want to import this. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, I want to import this file. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to click here, place down my left, sorry, hold down my left mouse, but sorry, once I click here, I will first of all click. This is 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the last one, right? Which this one is the first one. So I select the first one, press and hold down my shift key. Yes, shift key. press and hold it, don't remove your hand, and then select the last one. The reason why I'm using shift key, because this the images that I want to select, they are in line. Can you see? They are in line. Okay, they are in line. But if they are not in line, I'm not going to use my shift key. But be that they are in line, I'm just select the first one, then select the last one. Can you see now? It will just select all of them because they are in line. Okay, so let's say for example, before I just click on import now, let's say for example I want to select from here to this last one, or from here to this one. I'll just select the first one, place down my shift key, select the last one. Can you see? Being that they are in line, it will just go down, begin to select all the ones that are behind it until it gets to the last one that I've selected. Can you see now? So that is the work of shift key. You can use it to select multiple items. Remember, this is the one we selected, and then hold down my shift key, select this one, and then press import. Okay, so can you see now? I can begin to use the first method, which is click and drag to the side. Just click and drag, click and drag. This thing will also show that there is another thing that my cursor is carrying. Just click and drag. Can you see now? So this is how you're going to keep on doing it until all of them is added. Okay, until all of them are added, then that is it. That is it. So let me also show you. Let me click on import. Let me also show you one more thing. Let's say now I don't want to select. Let's say no, we selected from here to here, right? Let's say I just want to select this one, select this one, two, then select the one that is here. Obviously this is one, two, three. Can you see now? So these ones I don't want to select them. What am I going to do? I'm going to use the control button. I'm going to select the first one, place down my control, place and hold my control, select the second one. Then I'm not going to remove my hand. I select the third one. So even if I want to select the one that is here, means I'm holding down my control. So my control key helps me to select the ones just adjacent um images. Okay, the one that are not in line, I can just select randomly. Can you just see? It will just select it randomly. Okay, the same thing, just click on import and you add them. Okay, but if you're using shift key, being that I selected this one, I went and select this one. If I press down my shift key, it will just select all the ones that are beside it until it gets to the last one that I've just selected. So that is it for import. That is it for import. Okay, so export, export. How can you export your design? Let's say now exporting means, let's say I've finished designing. This is what I've designed, right? Remember I told you anything that you're designing that you want to um print out or you want to save must be inside this box. Yes, it must be inside this box. Okay, let me bring this one inside. So all these ones can just be there just for being there sake. Okay, then I want you to pay rap attention. Export means after designing now, you want to save the file to someone. Okay, let's say for example now your church is having a program. They will now say there is an online flyer for it. You now say, please share the online flyer to me. Oh, you are telling them to share the JPEG file. Okay, the JPEG flyer to you. Okay, because it's not this one that I will share to you. This is just the log file. Log file is, let me explain. Log file of a design is a design which you can edit. What do I mean by editing? If I just save this work now and I share it to somebody, that means I share the DCR, that is the coreldraw version of the coreldraw file of the flyer. Let's say this is a flyer now. Okay, it means that anywhere the person opens the file, being that that person opens the file with coreldraw software, that person can edit it. That person can come here and say, no, 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 I don't want this thing. That person can just remove it. Can you see? That person can just write something, type anything that he or she wants to type. Okay, it means that that person can edit it. But when I export, that person cannot be able to edit it when I export. So what do I mean by exporting? I can decide to export it so that it will just be as an image. An image is something like this, right? This image now, The light up that is on this image, can I edit it? No, I cannot edit it. I cannot edit the light up. Can you see this light up is Epiphania MC? Okay, I cannot just edit it and say no, 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 this Epiphania I should go. Even if you click on this light up on this image for 1 million times, you cannot edit this write up that is on this image. You cannot edit it because this image now is now JPEG file, so it has been exported. Okay, it's a JPEG file which we actually imported to our design. Okay, so let's say now I want to export. What I'm going to do is that you just come here. You can export using three ways, the same thing that we did on import. Can you see this is import? Beside it, you can see export. You can export using click on file. Can you see export here? Or you can export using your keyboard shortcut, which is Ctrl E. Okay, so let's say now I just come here and click export. I want to show you what will happen now. Then you will now select area where you want your work to be exported. And let me select desktop. Then I want it to be exported with this file name. Okay, then the next thing I say, save as type. How do you want the work to be exported? I want it to be exported as a JPEG file. That means a JPEG file is a file that has a background. I'm not just having a background, it's just a file that you cannot edit. Okay, so let's say an image, let's say you take your phone and take a picture of someone. That picture of someone that you have taken, if you open that image and check the image information, you're going to see that that image will be saved as, let's say there will your phone will save it as img. You just write some numbers. At the end, it will write dot jpg. This thing, it will write dot jpg, means that image that you have taken, there is a background on it. You cannot even edit it. Well, even if that person is holding paper, you cannot just remove it like that. Okay, so we will now select to edit, to export with jpg. I click on export. Okay, something will come up, just a preview of how your export will look like. Okay, can you see what comes up now? Can you see what comes up now? It just selected the main box. Can you see that thing that I've told you? Just selected everything that is on this main interface. So here now you can decide to select the color that you want to export it. Okay, if I design with RGB, make sure that you select RGB. But if you design with CMYK, make sure you select CMYK. Okay, let's say we design with RGB. I'll select RGB, allow it to load. When it loads finish, just allow this thing to be on high, then click on OK. You click on OK. So if I now remove this, you can see it here. Can you see it here? This is it. I can just double click to open it. You can see now it will not open on coreldraw, it will just open as an image. Can you see now? Can you see now? So obviously when you are through working on your design, you have to export it. Let's say a client asks you to design a business card for him or her. After designing it, you have to export it and send it to the client, right? So that him or her to see it. Maybe him or her will now confirm and say, okay, this is good, or let's say please remove this one or add this one. So you have to export. So this is exactly how to export your file. Okay, there's another thing I want to tell you here, because you might encounter this in some cases. When you just click on export, when you just click on export in some cases when you just click on export, I don't know if it's covid 17, but in some cases I observe that in some cases now when you just click on export, all these things will show. All these things, even the one that are outside the box, will show. Okay, so if it's showing, let me tell you what to do. What to do is I come here, mark it select. Can you see how I'm just doing that? I'll just mark it select this thing. click on export. While exporting it, can you see this box selected only? If I check this box now, it means that it will only export the ones that I select. Okay, remember what I selected is just this ones. I did not select this one, right? It will only it will only export the ones that I selected. Okay, I'll just click on export. I'll check this box selected only, and then click on export to ask to replace it, because this name has been used to export the first one, so I can say fine, replace it. Okay, let it load fast. Okay, you yourself you might be telling me, is it not the same thing, right? I'm telling you because in some cases now you just design and then leave some things outside here. The best thing is that as a newbie, what you're going to do, as somebody that is still new to graphics, what you're going to do that when you are through designing, please delete everything that is outside your box. Okay, delete it. And again, there's something else I want to tell you. If you look at this design, this icon I just imported, when I import it, it's outside here. Can you see how it is? Or let's say it's like this now. You might say that, oh no no, but this image is inside my box. It's inside but not inside fully. If I click on it, can you see the transform is also outside? So in some cases, when you just write, when you just export, your system will give you a white background here, showing you that something else is outside, because you, in most cases you may not even know that is what causes it. But as a professional graphic designer, I'm letting you know now. Okay, what you're going to do when you added something like this, maybe I want this image to keep this type of space here. What I'll just power clip on it. I'll just power clip it inside. Okay, can you see now? It's not outside again. I'll just power clip it, just cut off that part that is showing outside. Okay, let me just do undo. Let's work on let's work on exporting it again. Let's work on exporting it again. Let's see what we're going to have. Selected only state here. I click on export. Yes, replace. You see what we're going to have now. Can you see how we just did it? Okay, so that is it for this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to have now is something I want to confirm. Okay, it's another thing is, if you want to export, you can export using JPEG. Let me click on export again. Using JPEG, or you use let's say you want to export to PDF. Can you see PDF? Let's say you want to export to PNG. Use can see PNG. PNG is actually um if you want to export a file with no background. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let's say this design now, okay, I don't want background to be on it. Or let's say you design the logo for someone, you want the one that will have background, you want the one that will not have background, right? When you export the one that has background, you now remove the background. So let's say I want this design now. Let's say I added this thing cannot be changed to white color. So I want to export the design with no background. All this what I'm going to do is that first of all select the background that I have added to it. I'll delete. Okay, there is no background on it too. I think there is no background on it. Let me add background. Okay, let me now remove the background. So there is no background on it, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export as JPEG. Yes, do you know why that background was added to us even when we don't have background? It's because we exported as JPEG. Let me explain further. If there is no background on your design and you went and export as JPEG, your system will give you a white background. Okay, but if there is no background on your design and you export with PNG, your system will export it to you as it were with no background. Okay, let's say for example, that is more reason you do that. That is more reason. Let's say now you want to download an icon on Google. Most reason the way to download an icon with no background is that when you let's say you want to download Facebook icon, you say Facebook icon png. Png means the image that has no background. So that is why, that being that we want to export this thing now with no background, first of all you have to remove the background. Make sure there is no background on the design, right? And then export with png. Export with png. When it comes to save as tab, you select png. Okay, but if you mistakenly select jpeg, the coreldraw will add background to it, and to add white background to it. So let me now set this thing. We are not going to make any change, being that we design with rgb. Can you see now? Can you see how it will show it? This is just a preview. Okay, can you see this will now show that there is no background on it. I just select, I just, can you see transparency here? Okay, okay, so I'll just select okay. Let me reduce this. You are going to see it here. This is the one that has no background. This is the one that has background. Let's open it. Can you see? Let me open the next one. Can you see how it is? This one has no background. This one has background. So the one that has no background will always show black background. Okay, but there is no background in it. We can decide to import it so that you are going to see how it is. Let's now import. Let me go to the next page. I have this color, right? I want us to import that. You can see now. Let me click on import. I'll go over to where I saved it, where I exported it. I think that is on our desktop. I will look out for it. This is it. This is JPEG, the one that has background. This is the one that has no background. Can you see PNG? So I select both. I'll click on import. Select this one. I'll add this one. Can you see, guys? This one has background, this one has no background. Can you see now? So that is exactly how to export. Okay, so let's say you want to export to PDF. Just the same way, you can decide to export to PDF. Let's say I want to export already design to PDF. Just click on, you can publish to PDF, sorry. You can publish to PDF, or you can even export to PDF. Exporting to PDF means that we are exporting only that one page. Okay, I select PDF. I select export. Is that many? I'll just click OK. One page, turn into one page. Okay, but if I want all of them, I'll select it. Okay, so it's coming up. After this, now I'm going to show you how to publish to PDF. Publish to PDF means that it will publish all of them. Can you see the PDF? I'll just double click to open it. I think we have spent lots of time on this training. Is opening. Can you see? Can you see? It's on PDF. So you can decide to export it to PDF and then send it to a client. Okay, so another thing now is, let's publish to PDF. I want to publish to PDF. It should publish the whole. That is what it should do. Let's check it again. I click on publish to PDF. Let me type to PDF format. I'll select save. Okay, two. Okay, can you see it now? Can you see it now? Publish, right? That's what we use, right? So can you see it has one of four? So this is the first page. If I'm coming down, this is the second page. This is the third page. This is the fourth page. So I can decide to use this arrow. This is the first. Okay, so like this now, you just send it to your client, then your client will see all the pages and then make corrections. So remember what we use, right? We just use publish to PDF. So it will just publish the whole pages. Okay, let's say now you are asked to design a program actual program sheet that has about 4 or 5 pages. You just have to do it and then publish it, then send it to them as PDF format. Then the last but not the least we have here is convert to curve. Convert to curve, this is so amazing, guys. Convert to curve is so amazing thing that you don't need to neglect. One of the reasons why we can, let me just tell you, okay, convert to curve is just a way of making your text to not be editable. Let's say I had funny computer up. If you want to make your text not to be editable, this text is here. Let me just duplicate it. This text now, as it is now, I can just double click and then write something. Can you see? So I can edit it, right? But let's say I don't want to edit it. You don't want to edit your text. What you're going to do is that just select the text, right click on it, click on convert to curve. This is the one way, convert to curve. When you click on convert to curve, another way is select the text, come here, just come here, um can you see under object, click on convert to curve. Can you see? That's the second step. The third step is using the keyboard icon, which is Control Q. Okay, so let me just select this one, convert to curve. Can you see what happened now? Let me show you what you're going to see now. If I select this text now, can you see the font name? I can even decide to change it. But this particular one now, once you select it, you cannot be able to see the font name. You cannot even change it to any other font name because it has been converted to text. Even this one now, if you want to edit it, say okay, no, I want to add Fanic ICT stroke computer hub. That ICT I cannot add it here. Even if I click on this thing on 1 million times, can you see what it's showing us? Okay, but what if I click on this one now? Just double click on this one. Can you see now? I can add the ICT. Can you see now? So this one is editable, but this one is not editable because it has been converted to curve. Okay, let me now explain and tell you when to use it and one of the reasons why we do use it. Let's say for example now you design your work. You know, this font that we have here, this font may not be in another person's system. All these fonts now, you can import fonts. You can just go over to Google, download fonts and add it. Download the ones that you love and add it to your system. Okay, so there are default fonts that comes with every version of coreldraw, but you can still add extra fonts to your coreldraw. Okay, so let's say now I use this font for this design now and save this font, and I went and opened the design. I did not export design. This is just the raw file, right? I went and said, oh, let's say, I say, oh, sorry. Let's say now I saved it on my pen drive, and I now travel, and being that I'm not using my system and use another person's system and open the file. Okay, if I open the file now, if this font that I use on this my design is not in that person's current draw, what CorelDRAW will do is that it will ask me that I have to substitute the font. It will just bring a dialog box telling you that font not fine. You substitute it. It will now ask you, maybe it will suggest some font to substitute. It's now tell you, okay, substitute with this one. And see how it is now. You can just click OK to substitute it. Can you see the other design now? This my Fanic ICT computer hub is very dark, right? Because I added a font that is thick. Okay, but me that I open this file on another person's system and that person does not have the same font that I use, obviously my design will change. Yes, this font now has been changed. This text now has been changed from thick to lighter font. Okay, and being that that is not what I want, obviously that is what you are going to have. Okay, so but being that it's like this, you don't want your design will just scatter, you don't want your design to change. What are you going to do? What you're going to do is that you're going to select all the text that you're in your design. You're going to select all the text. Let's say I'm just want to duplicate this. You're going to select all the text that are in your design and convert it to curve. Okay, when you convert it to curve, that design, that text will not change, even if the design, even if the font that you use is not in another person's coreldraw fashion. Your font will still remain intact, your font will still remain as it is, because you have converted it to curve. Okay, so that is one most important reason why we do convert our text to curve. Okay, so let's say now you have multiple text, and let's say you have some designs, some are small, some are down here, okay, some are here. Let's say you just design a flyer, right? Instead of you to just come here and select this one, convert it to curve, select this one, convert it to curve, select this one, convert it to curve, there is easy way why we graphic designers do to convert all the text to curve. What you're going to do is like come to this edit tab, click on select all, just place your cursor on select all. This drop down list will come out. Then click on text. Okay, once you click on text, everywhere text is will be selected. Can you see how these things are selected now? I can just drag this thing so that you can see that it's only my text that will be moving. Can you see? It's only text that are moving. Can you see? Can you see this one is not moving because this one has been converted to curve? Can you see? It's only text that is moving. Can you see now? Okay, so being that it's only text that is moving, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to, since I've selected this, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to either come here, click on convert to curve. I will just use my control key. Let me just click convert to curve now and click on empty space. When I select this one, can you see now? I cannot see the font to change it. Can you see the font is no longer here? This one too, can you see? It's not showing none. This one too, can you see? 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 You cannot change the font. You know, before when you now select the text, you will see the font that you use, right? This one too, can you see? Now everything has been converted to curve. So guys, that is how to convert your text to curve. I believe you have been grabbing lots of value from this training. I know. I want you to tell me on the comment section if you're watching from my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe. And don't just subscribe. When you hit the subscription button, there is something like a bell beside it. Hit it and select all, so that anytime we drop amazing tutorials, you will get notification from us. And not just that, I would also like to hear your questions. You can comment it on the comment section, or you can just DM me on my WhatsApp, and I'll be right there to give you a warm reply. I still remain Epiphanian from Fanny Computer Hub. Alright, I'll see you in the next tutorial, where we are going to go over on how to, we are just going to start designing immediately. Okay, so I believe if you have not know how to save your work, if you want to save your work, remember, when you are through designing, after designing, you need to save your work, so that if you want to come and add one or two things to the work, you can still come in and edit it, right? So you want to you know, it's not just you designing and just export it and then close your corridor. No, it's important for you to save your work, so that, let's say now I designed it. Let me do Control Z, so that all this, okay, let's say now I designed this now, I place my designs here, and then the client say no, 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 I don't want where you added these names. Let's say I just come and design this, place this thing here, place my image here. Let me delete some things now. Let's I play this one here, play this one here. My client will not say no, 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 this LinkedIn icon that you added, I don't want it, please remove it. What you're going to do is that you're going to open the file again, and then remove the icon. So for you not to say that, oh, I don't have the file again, what you're going to, after designing, you have to save your work. You save as j as coreldraw file as d cdr. Can you see cdr here? Can you see? And we have been able to save this work. This one we save it is that Even if I want to edit it, I can just open it again and edit it. Let's say after 1 year now, the client now tell me, that work that you designed for me, please, I want you to make changes. I've lost the number that is there. Please, I want you to add a new number. What you're going to do is that open the file that you have designed for him before, and then make the changes. Okay, but what if you do not save it? Obviously you cannot make the changes. So how to save in coreldraw? Once you are through designing, click over to file, click on save as. Okay, first of all you have to click on save as. You use save as if you have not saved the file at all, because save as will open up a dialog box where you can enter the name that you want to save the file with, and then how you want to save the file. Okay, but when if you have saved the file, okay, and then you added some things on the file, what you can keep on doing is that you have to click on save, or you use Control S on your keyboard to just save the file again. The why you are saving is that you're updating the new editing that you have done on the file. Okay, so let's say example, let's assume we have not saved the file at all. You just click on save as. Okay, this dialog box will open. It will now give you a space for you to enter the name that you want to use. Okay, let me still use the same name. Okay, enter the name, then come down here. Don't make any changes on this save as type. This save as type should be on CDR, that is coreldraw. Okay, the reason why we are leaving it is that so that we can be able to come in and edit it. If you save it with another thing, you cannot edit it. So you can be able to come in and edit it once you select this, and then look out for where to save it. Don't just come here and just click save immediately. No, make sure you know where you are saving it. If you have a folder, open a folder, save it. You know that every work that you did on coreldraw, you are saving it in your folder. For example, now I have a personal folder. This is my personal folder. Okay, even in this my personal folder, I have graphic work. If you open this graphic work folder now, I have a lot of folders in it. This is for business card. So if I design a business card for a client, I'll save it in this business card. If I design a banner, fresh banner for a client, I'll save it here. If I design a flyer for a client, I'll save it here. If I design an invoice for a client, I'll save it here. If I design a wedding jotter, can you see whether wedding or burial jotter? Can you see? If I design a letterhead, if I design a label, if I design a logo, if I design a certificate, if I design a calendar, if I design a burial store, if I design a brochure, can you see it? This is just a, if I design a sticker, if I design a stock card, if I design a if I design a website, can you see that? Everything, if I design a markup, can you see now? This is just a way. Can you see this one? If I design an envelope for a client, I have a folder. One of the reasons why I added this is for it to make my work to be organized. Okay, so anywhere I can become, but this design I'm going to select desktop. I want it to be on my desktop background, so I'll come here, click on save. Remember, if you're using higher version, you can decide to reduce, right? Then click on save. I click OK, replace it. Can you see now? I'm able to save the file. Let's say for example now, when it's through saving now, there's something I'm going to show you before I wrap up this video. I'm going to open a new file. I'm going to open a new file. Let's say for example, I want to design a new thing now. I'm going to close up this one that we have. Okay, let's say I open this new file now. I'm designing a new thing. Let's say I'm designing a new thing now, and that client calls me. The client that I've done his work before, please ma, please, there is this thing, I need it urgently, please can you just make a changes? I just want you to add the name that is there, change it to another thing. What you're going to do is that, just if you're on coreldraw already, just come here, click on file, click on open. Okay, look out for where you save that file. Remember, I saved that file on my desktop, right? Then I look out for the name that I used. Remember, I used what again? Fanic essay, right? Can you see the file? And can you see this coreldraw icon? It means that this is the coreldraw version of this file. Okay, I can just click on it, click on open. It will just open up the file for me. Can you see now? Mean that it has opened up the file. I can make changes. I can say, maybe the client now tell me, please, I don't want this thing, remove it. I can just select it, delete it. It said remove this one too. I can just select it, delete it. When I'm through, I will save. Okay, so you don't need to click on save as again, because you have entered the file name. So but if you want to change the name you used to save it, you can then click on save and then change the name. But me, I don't want to change the name. what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to click on save, or I'll just press Ctrl S on my keyboard to save it. So being that I've saved it now, it means that it has updated the design, the old design. It has updated it that anytime I open it now, I'm not going to see those light up that are here, because I've deleted the light up and also I've saved it. So it has updated it. Okay, so that is it. But let's say for example that the file is new. You are just going to go over to your open listen, you're going to see the recent files. Okay, but if the file is not on the recent file, the best thing is just go over to open and then look out for where you save it. So this is more reason that you, while you are saving your work, don't just save it anyhow. Know where you are saving it. That is more reason that when you click on save as, it will show you most three important things. One is the file name, which is the name that you are saving the work with. You have to save it with a name that you can remember. Most of the times I save my work with client's name. Okay, let's say now it's a wedding jotter, and that people that are involved in that wedding, let's say Clara and Mala, for example, I can save with Clara wedding jotter, inside or outside. Okay, inside or cover. So that is one thing. It will ask you, one of the important thing that you need to enter is the file name. Two, you have to save, allow it to be as safe as that, because you want it to be on coreldraw version so that you can easily edit it. The third thing is the location. The location, I've explained that I have a folder. You can know, you need to know the location where you are saving the work, so that anytime you want to open it, now then go over to that location and open that work. Okay, I know that you have been getting much value from this training. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.